Hi and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I'm your host, Mark Francis. Prince Harry's return to the UK got off to a late start on Tuesday after he found himself stuck in London traffic caused by a tube strike. The Duke of Sussex, who no longer has access to the blue light police escorts, once available to working royals, arrived around 45 minutes behind schedule for a visit to the community recording studio in Nottingham. Despite the delay, Harry was warmly received. Around 100 locals, including children, gathered to greet him with cheers, and one well-wisher shouted, "Harry, you brought the sunshine with you," prompting a laugh from the Duke. At one point, he appeared to bend down to tie a man's undone shoelace before heading inside with a smile and a thumbs up. Harry made a light-hearted remark about family dynamics as he met with young winners at the 20th Well Child Awards. Speaking with 17-year-old Declan, who was being honoured with the Inspirational Young Person's 15 to 18 award, Harry asked about his sight. When told it was limited, the Duke quipped, "I'm bald, I'm ginger, and worst of all, I've got a ginger beard." You're thinking, phew, the joke drew a laugh from Declan. Their conversation turned to family life, with Harry asking if Declan's younger brother ever drove you mad. When Declan replied that they got along, Harry laughed and said, "You know what? Siblings." Noting that the brothers attended the same school, he added, "That sometimes makes it more challenging." The exchange was one of several warm moments that highlighted Harry's connection with the children and families recognised by the charity. The Duke also met 9-year-old Gwen, who proudly showed off her glittering trainers before presenting him with the personalised Brighton and Hove Albion football shirt for his children, Archie and Lilibet. Clearly touched, Harry described the gifts as so good and told Gwen he was looking forward to passing them on to his kids. In a speech, Harry thanked the winners for showing us the light when all too often darkness can consume us. "This is your moment. While we reflect on 20 years of these awards, the truth is that you are the story. You are the reason we gather here. Each of you is a beacon of hope and inspiration, not just to those in this room, but to the nation. Keep fighting, keep smiling, and above all, keep showing us what strength, courage, and joy really look like." Harry also shared he's been watching Netflix. His new favourite show isn't some cooking show. Rather, he's enjoying Hostage. Harry, who has served as patron of the charity for 17 years, told Hello, "I think once you become a parent yourself, everything changes. It's emotional enough not being a parent and seeing what these families go through. But then when you have your own kids, or when you're expecting your own kids, that's when it really hits you." He recalled the poignant moment at the 2018 awards when he became visibly emotional while he and Meghan were expecting their first child. "I remember one of these years. I choked up on stage, and that was exactly it." He said, "I'm so grateful to have healthy kids." Royal author Hugo Vickers told The Sun he believes Prince Harry may be unhappy with Meghan using photographs of the children being used in promotional context. He said, "He ought to be extremely annoyed. Obviously, I don't know what he thinks, but I think he does what he's told, probably. You know what worries me much more, to be quite honest, is what the children themselves are going to think when they get a little bit older and they realise how they've been exploited." The Standard quoted a friend of Harry's as saying, "Spike, his nickname among his old school friends, is seriously homesick. He started reaching out to us more and more. It started with very long and earnest WhatsApps. We actually all made a decision when we started getting them not to take the piss out of them, something we could have imagined doing a few years before. Anyway, gradually he seems to be sounding more normal. Whenever anyone goes to America, then try to see him. It never seems to be with Meghan, though. We think he is beginning to pine for home." A friend of Charles adds, "Harry seems to have forgotten this, but his father always absolutely adored him. He always called him my darling boy and was so affectionate. People always seem to think that Harry inherited all his charm from his mother. But lots of the things he is good at, being attentive and always remembering people's names, is something that comes directly from the king." Harry's appearances have people talking about the return of the old Harry, the likeable Harry, before everything went sideways. In The Royalist, Tom Sykes evoked Rip Van Winkle. Sykes also discussed Harry's donation to Well Child, writing, "I predict that Harry's gesture will only serve to irritate his family further, from whom he remains estranged. The public will likely split along predictable lines. He will be praised for his generosity as much as he will be accused of self-serving exercise in hypocrisy. The fact that some of the money he will be donating today could arguably be traced to the proceeds from his memoir Spare and his Netflix series, which both sought to inflict damage on his family, will fuel accusations that Harry, a self-exiled royal, no longer a resident of the UK, is attempting to launder their reputation in this country through an Americanized model of philanthropy. The contrast between American and British models of philanthropy is stark. In the United States, high-profile figures often solidify their reputations through conspicuous donations. In Britain, the monarchy's power has always been quieter, leveraging continuity and convening power to mobilize others. Royals rarely donate private funds, in part because doing so would raise questions about their wealth and the selectivity of their generosity. The Sussex model, built on commercial earnings and direct handouts, is therefore doubly jarring. To Brits, it looks a bit tacky and very unroyal to announce and seek applause for giving money. There is no denying that the money will help. It will pay for safe spaces, mentors, recording studios, and projects that matter to young people. However, it will not restore trust, nor will it mend the fractures within his family. Generosity cannot erase the fact that he lives in California, that he has monetized his grievances, and that he's now trying to resume, part-time, the role he gave up. More Palace in just a moment. Have you been following our sister series, Crown and Controversy? It wraps up its first season this Sunday with the final episode. But don't despair, Season 2 is already available for paid subscribers. You can get the full season starting this Sunday, and all you have to do is go up there to where it says uninterrupted listening and become a subscriber to Palace Intrigue and to Calaroga Shark Media. You'll get this show commercial free, along with thousands of other shows from Calaroga Shark Media. Plus, you'll get these bonus episodes of Crown and Controversy before anybody else can. And we've got some other surprise shows in the works. And you'll have sneak preview access to all of those too. It's only $4.99 a month, and you get to try it for a month free. Check it out up there on the Apple Player. Listen uninterrupted, and we really appreciate the support. Prince William took a break from his busy vacation schedule to make sure Harry did not get all the headlines. The heir visited Spiral Skills, a youth organisation supported by his Homewards Fund. The outing came shortly after Kensington Palace announced Sarah Rose will become Chief Executive Officer of the Royal Foundation of the Prince and Princess of Wales in February 2026. In a joint statement released at a time when Harry was making headlines, William and Catherine said, "We are looking forward to welcoming Sarah to the Royal Foundation and to working with her on some of the issues which are closest to our hearts. We are hugely grateful to Amanda for her exceptional leadership over the past 3 years and are pleased she will continue to work with us in her new role as Global Partnerships Ambassador." There are no known plans for the hardworking prince to meet his younger brother. The king has reportedly returned to London, and we'll see. Kate tried her best to stop people from talking about Harry by restoring her hair to its traditional brunette colour, but it did not work as Harry won the headlines. Also failing to win the day was William's response to the question, "Is Louis a bit of a handful?" Louis's dad said, "He's a character, but he's a very good boy. He likes to wind his brother and sister up." A piece of royal motoring history is heading to auction. The 1960 Jaguar MK9 saloon that chauffeured the Princess of Wales and her children to Pippa Middleton's wedding, set to go under the hammer today as part of H&H Classics' inaugural Kellam Hall sale. The luxury vehicle transported Catherine, then the Duchess of Cambridge, alongside Prince George and Princess Charlotte, who served as page boy and bridesmaid to the wedding at St. Mark's Church in Englefield, in a scene watched by millions around the world. Expected to fetch between £30,000 and £35,000, the Jaguar is described as being in excellent condition, both inside and out, with a red leather interior and elegant Warwick grey exterior. Remarkably, it has covered just 31,000 miles since new, a figure supported by its V5C in a detailed history file. Oliver Ferniehout Martin, the junior motorcar specialist at H&H Classics, said, "The MK9 carries a wonderful sense of presence, big, elegant, and unmistakably of its era. Its royal wedding connection only adds to the story, but it's also the condition, originality, and low mileage that makes this such a compelling example in its own right." Just over 10,000 MK9s were ever produced before the model was replaced in 1961, making this car a rare and stylish collector's item with a royal pedigree to match. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify or Apple or the app of your choice, and leave us a nice review if you're enjoying this show. Don't forget we're available on Facebook and Instagram. Please hit up the community there and come say hi or drop a comment or two. You can find us in Facebook groups or Facebook pages under Palace Intrigue. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue and good times.